Welcome to Texas, you're entering the best state. I'll blow your chest apart and eat my dinner off your breastplate. I'm an epidemic and my case is full blown. Getting drunk and doing 120 in the school zone.
What's good, YouTube? It's your boy 2K the God, my man Sus. Welcome to the Gods of Boxing Talk. Now, for this segment, we want to talk about Errol Spence, man.
Uh-oh.
I mean,
Dang.
yo. So, what do you think about it, B? What do you think about Errol Spence, man? Fuck it. Let's just jump down to it. What you think about Errol Spence, B?
Yo, Errol Spence is a fucking beast. Okay? He is to be reckoned with, man. I mean, that dude right now, and you know, I ain't never trying to
do that.
Yeah. Nah. But, I gotta give props where props is due, man.
Okay.
Errol Spence. That motherfucker is the truth. You know what I mean? He's, man, fundamentally sound. Skill set, very talented. I mean, he has everything right now. I don't see any of the 147-pound guys beating him. None of them. No. Like, not even coming close. So, the only tough fight that I may be able to think of, it would probably, and it's solely because of this cat's style, but he would eventually get stopped or he'd get his ass beat, is probably Sean Porter.
Okay.
You know, because Porter's gonna come at him and try to bulldoze him and all that other shit. But yo, Errol Spence is fucking nice.
Yeah.
Nice, beyond nice, man. I can't really say anything else about him, man. You know, I mean, it might, cause it's gonna come off real, you know.
Yeah.
You know.
You don't want to do that, B.
I'm gonna leave it right there. But yo, this dude is the truth.
Yeah. You know, I compare his style to Mike McCallum, man, the original body snatcher. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He looks just like Mike McCallum to me. And this fight with Leonard Bundu, man, I mean, my man Seth called it, and I talked about it in the podcast, man. I'm gonna post a link in the comment section, man. You know, I'm doing a podcast with a couple other cats every Wednesday. And this past Sunday, we did a pilot, man. And the host of the podcast, he actually asked me a question about, you know, Leonard Bundu and Errol Spence, the fight and how to break it down. And I quoted my man Sus, man, because before the fight, he told me, he said, yo, we gonna see something different in Errol Spence.
Yeah,
Errol Spence is gonna actually box. And I was like, man, shut up, nigga, you don't know shit about boxing. Nah, I didn't say that shit, but you know, I was like, word. He was like, yeah, you know, he's gonna box. This is exactly what we seen in this fight. We actually seen how dynamic Errol Spence can be. He boxed and he was the natural Errol Spence himself in different scenarios in the fight. Perfect example, whenever Leonard Bundu was backing up, Errol Spence was becoming Errol Spence. He was coming in with that jab, then he would try to get Leonard Bundu up against some ropes and start body snatching that motherfucker with the powerful left hook to the body. That's what he's known for, all right? When Leonard Bundu was trying to apply pressure, well then Errol Spence said, fuck it, let me back up, and let me shoot the jab at you, and then I'm going to sting you with that straight left hand. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, he was stinging him with the jab. The fucking jab was hurting Bundu.
Yeah.
That's how Bundu started backing up whenever he kept getting hit by that fucking jab. Now, the one thing I will say, to be a critic, everybody's gonna be a critic. You know what I'm saying? I still believe Errol Spence gets hit too much.
Okay.
All right. Perfect example in both scenarios. When he was boxing, I seen him go to the body with the jab. He stayed at that position, kind of lunged with his jab a little bit, kept his hand out there. Bundu came over the top with a straight. You know what I'm saying? That happened a couple of times. Whenever Errol Spence was applying pressure, when Bundu was backing up, this is where I saw him getting hit the most. He's applying pressure, but his hands are here. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes he's coming in like this, but mostly here because he's actually getting ready to throw punches at you. So he's coming in like this. Mm-hmm. His footwork, man, it's a bit Danny Garcia-ish. You know what I'm saying? The way Danny Garcia is kind of plotting a little bit, flat-footed coming forward. That's what I saw in Errol Spence. I would like him to bait with the jab, kind of do what Andre Ward does, paw with that jab. The jab ain't shit. It's just thrown out there for you, and then he's gonna move laterally and get on the inside. Because when he pumps that jab, and then comes over here, you still looking at the jab over here. Yeah. But you know, while your attention's on the jab, he's already moved laterally and moved on the inside of you. That's what I want Errol Spence to do, but he doesn't. He lacks lateral movement. So he's coming in like this. Then he's popped the jab, but he's still right there in front of you. He's still directly in front of you. On top of that, he has no head movement. Okay, and that's where he was getting hit. Bundu was backing up, but as he was backing up, he was getting mid-range distance, and he was like, he was getting them with combinations. And you know, Errol Spence will get popped, he smile, then continue to come forward. Okay? I don't like that, B. I need you to move your head. I need you to give me some feints, like feint a little bit. You know, pop the jab, move this way. Pop the jab, move that way. Do something, B, but don't just come forward with your hands like this and take shots. I don't like that shit. You know what I'm saying? You're too talented to be coming forward, and I'm about to exaggerate this, like a Marcos Maidana. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay.
But even with that said, the attack was so he has so much dynamic in his point of attack that Leonard Bundu didn't know what to do. He was like, shit, let me come forward. Nah, fuck that. Let me go back. Okay, let me try to do this. Ah, shit, hold on. I'm getting caught. Let me go. Let me do this. He didn't know what to do. Bundu was like, damn, nigga, let me give you plan A, plan B, plan C, plan D. Yeah. Nothing worked. That's why he just said, fuck it.
I'm gonna go to sleep. yeah.
Exactly, B. You know what I'm saying? So the dynamics in his attack, he was going up top, coming back down, coming back up top. I mean, the first knockdown, which was ruled a slip, that shit was a beautiful left hook to the body that crumbled Leonard Bundu. You know what I'm saying? And then finally he finished it with another left hook to the body that just permanently crumbled him. Half his body was outside the fucking ring. Ridiculous, bro. Like, there's nobody, even with the flaws that I just mentioned, nobody beats Errol Spence at 147, B. Keith Thurman is too weak to the body. Okay.
Yes.
Danny Garcia is too stagnant. He waits to throw that Magic Johnson no-look left hook. You know what I'm saying? Too stagnant. Kell Brook probably has the best shot, in my opinion, stylistically, but I still question his chin. Okay?
Yes.
Like I said, I always bring it up. Carson Jones. I think Errol Spence hits much harder than Carson Jones does.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Since then, Kell Brook's chin has not been tested in the manner. I'm not saying he's never been hit, but he hasn't been hit as flush by a hard puncher like Carson Jones has since that fight. Okay. I think Errol Spence would definitely touch that chin and that body. I think, man, who could beat him? I think he'd have to go to 154. That's where his biggest challenges would be. Erislandy Lar, Demetrius Andrade, the Charlo brothers. I think he beats both Charlo brothers, but they would give him a challenge because Jamal Charlo is big. Okay, and he's actually the same size, maybe even might be bigger than Errol Spence. But I still think he beats Jamal just because the lack of defense on Jamal's part is just. I think he would get touched up too much. But Demetrius Andrade, I think he beats Errol Spence. I think Erislandy Lara, I think he beats Errol Spence. B. I think he beats him, B. But those are the type of guys that challenge him. That shit's either here nor there. Those are the type of guys that challenge him. 147, Amir Khan. You know what I'm saying?
My God.
Andre Berto, Aaron Martinez.
Oh.
Let's say Devin Alexander comes out of retirement. Where the fuck he's at? Devin Alexander.
Bring him on.
Victor Ortiz.
Bring him
Robert
on.
Guerrero. Adrian Broner. I keep fucking going.
Yep.
They can't beat him, B.
Yeah.
They can't beat him.
They can't. Not only can they not beat him, they can't fuck with him.
Now, one thing I will say, I mentioned 154. I forgot about this. Roy Jones Jr. said Terrence Crawford can probably touch him up. What you think about that?
Not Crawford.
Ooh.
And I don't mean that to insult Terrence Crawford or anything like that, but Terrence Crawford is somebody that, honestly, I top him out at 47. I've always said that about Crawford.
Well, he started at like 135 or 130. I think it's 135. Started at 135.
Yep, 135. Okay. I top him out at 47. I think that Spence is naturally a big kid.
I think that boy can go to 160.
Yeah, no, definitely. Hell yeah. I think he can go to 160. So when Terrence gets in the ring with Spence at 47, Spence is gonna be too big. He's gonna be too big. He's too strong. And if Spence gets hit too much, Crawford gets hit a lot. I mean, I could just go back to the Uriokas Gamboa fight.
Yeah.
I mean, he was getting and I'm not hating on Terrence Crawford. I love Crawford, but he was getting touched up, and he said that was his hardest fight to date.
Word. Was
against a guy that he was much bigger than.
Right.
Okay. In terms of reach and height, was much bigger than Gamboa.
Right.
Now Gamboa was very skilled. I understand that, but at the same time, Crawford was much bigger, and I don't see him being able to move up to 47 and then take on somebody like Errol Spence, because just as much as Crawford can do, Errol Spence can do as well. Now Spence, I haven't seen him switch, but I mean just the different dynamics he brings when he's in the ring. Yeah. You know, Terrence will box you. He got some dog in him, and he'll, do little certain things like that. So does Errol Spence.
Yes, sir.
Errol Spence got a lot of fucking dog in him, and I like him because a lot of people don't know. I was hearing about Errol Spence before a lot of people was hearing him.
Well, he's from the city.
There we go. There we go.
City.
Exactly. He's from Dallas. So a buddy of mine, and we've had him on the show, Adrian Clark, had been telling me about Errol Spence. Right. I have a friend that I used to train with that was a personal friend of Errol Spence that had been telling me about him. Yeah. So he's the truth, man. And I just don't see it with Terrence Crawford. Like I said, I think Errol's a little bit too big. I mean, he can move to 54 and be legitimate at that weight class. Now, I've seen the Charlo guys in person, and there's some big 154-pound dudes. Both of them are.
Yeah.
But he can contend with those guys, and I believe he can beat them. So, Crawford, I don't see it. Now, Crawford will beat some other 47-pounders, but not Errol Spence. I don't think so.
One thing I wanna put out there before we talk about these ridiculous ass views. Numbers.
Yeah, okay.
We're gonna get to that in a minute. One thing I want to put out there: a lot of motherfuckers is still hating on Errol Spence. I mean, bruh, I'm in a chat and Errol Spence just knocked out a guy. Let me put it this way. Let me say this first. Errol Spence just beat a guy better than Keith Thurman did, right? At his own game.
Yep.
Okay? Keith Thurman tried to slug him, or tried to be a boxer puncher, and put it that way. Tried to be a boxer puncher, said, oh shit, Leonard Bundu is too crafty. Let me get the fuck out of there and box him.
Yep.
Dropped him, but still went 12 rounds with him.
Yep.
Errol Spence outboxed him. He beat him up on the inside.
Yep.
And fucking stretched him in 6. A guy who nobody has ever knocked out.
Nope.
Right before that, there's a little white boy named Chris Algieri.
Yep.
Ex-kickboxing champion, I believe it was. Fought another little guy by the name of Manny Pacquiao.
Yeah.
Right. Manny Pacquiao knocked him down, what, 5 fucking times?
Yeah, they say 6. But
it could have been 30 times.
Exactly. He didn't knock him out.
The fight went 12 rounds.
Yep.
Errol Spence got his ass out of there in the first half of that fight. Yeah. And it was a fight that Chris Algieri had absolutely no chance. And by the way, Chris Algieri was never, ever knocked out in his career. And he fought guys like Ruslan Provodnikov.
Exactly.
So this is 2 guys in a row that have fought big punchers in their careers and have survived the entire bout that could not get past 6 rounds with Errol Spence.
It tells you something.
That tells all the hate you motherfuckers want to have, you can't deny reality. You understand what I'm saying to you?
Yep.
Reality is something that you cannot hate on. You can't deny it. You cannot accept it, but it's still gonna fucking be there.
Exactly.
This man is the most talented fighter at 147. If you don't think he's the most talented, he's definitely got the highest potential at 147 to be the most talented. Okay? Now, the first things I heard, I'm in the chat, and go back to my original point. The first things I heard after he thoroughly stretched this motherfucking 6 was his haircut was horrible. Nobody broke down the fight. Once again, I will repeat what I always say, B. I never respect any of you motherfuckers out there. If you all you can do is regurgitate what you see in the media, what you see in articles, what you hear other motherfuckers say, but you can't properly break down a fight and give a thorough logical analysis of a fighter, his style, or the fight in general. If you can't do that, you don't know shit about boxing.
Yep.
So if the first thing that comes out of your fucking mouth is, man, look at that hairdo, after you just saw what you just saw, get the fuck out of my face, bro. Real talk. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, to the number. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
What do you do now? What was the number?
I think was it 6 million?
What? Wait.
Or
what was it again?
Was it 6?
6 million. That's what it was.
Damn.
6 million viewers. Now, there's 2 things here. There's 2 things here, bro. It's not just one. There's 2 things. One thing is, Errol Spence has shown that people want to see him fight. That's one thing. Because this fight wasn't against Danny Garcia. It wasn't against a guy of Keith Thurman's caliber. Hell, Keith Thurman beat that guy.
Yep.
It wasn't a guy at Floyd Mayweather's caliber, at Sean Porter's caliber, at Paulie Malignaggi's caliber, Adrian Broner, Terrence Crawford. I keep fucking going. It was Leonard Bundu.
Yeah.
It was a guy, while tough as nails, is not better than your average B-class fighter.
Yep.
And he still pulled in 6 million views, which is a PBC record.
Yep.
And it doubled the fucking mega fight on PBC of Keith Thurman, Sean Porter.
Yep.
Okay? So that tells you motherfuckers are interested in Errol Spence. Okay?
Yep.
Now the second point is, no way in hell anybody, I don't want to see shit about Al Heyman and PBC dying and it being bad for the sport after they just pulled in 6 million fucking viewers. I don't want to hear shit about that.
Nope.
You know what I'm saying? If I see one motherfucker out there talking about, yeah, PBC is dying.
The fuck? Word, yep.
You know what I'm saying? Yep. Come on, bruh. Now, one more tidbit, I'm passing my man Seth.
Oh, yeah.
You know, Triple G, probably one of the most celebrated fighters out there, really hasn't fought anybody on an A-class level, much like Errol Spence.
Yep.
Errol Spence's record, let me get that for you, because I want to be I want to be extremely correct here. He's 21-0.
Yep.
With 18 knockouts. Okay. He boasts an 86% knockout rate. Okay. Now let's look at Golovkin real quick. And this is no knock on Golovkin. Okay. He's 35-0, 32 knockouts. He boasts a 91% KO rate. 13 more fights. What is that? More fights.
Yeah.
Okay. That's about 14 more fights, 14 more KOs. Okay. But the quality of opposition is the same.
Yeah.
Okay. I will give Golovkin this. He beat a world champion. He beat one world champion, one former world champion, Daniel Gill, David Lemieux. Right?
Yep.
But the quality of opposition is about the same.
Pretty much.
Okay. Golovkin is fighting guys that are at the C level. Errol Spence is fighting guys at the C level. Golovkin's highest level that he's beaten was the B level. Errol Spence's highest level that he's beaten was the B level.
Yep.
Okay. Gennady Golovkin's highest views, right? They were the third highest in 2015. They were the third highest. He put in 1.338 million views against Willie Monroe. Recently, he put in 1.325 million versus Wade. Now, that 1.338 is the third most for HBO in 2015. That's what I'm trying to tell you, people. So, the last three fights, we won't talk about the 100K or the 150K pay-per-view against David Lemieux. Right before that, on HBO, it was 1.338.
Yep.
Right after that, it was 1.325. Mind you, it's HBO. I understand that. It's paid cable television. Okay.
Yep.
But why isn't Errol Spence getting the same praise that Gennady Golovkin's getting, right? When he just he more than quadrupled his views, even though it was on NBC, I believe, right? It was on regular network television, not paid cable. But still, people want to see him.
Yeah.
Okay? I don't think Triple G gets 6 million views even if he fought on fucking NBC.
Yeah.
I think he gets 3 million. Okay? So why isn't Errol Spence getting the praise that Triple G is getting when the caliber of fighters is really no different?
Yeah.
What do you think about that, B?
I mean, we all know why. You know what I mean? There's really nothing I can even say or even make a point about, because we all know why. I mean, people say they want to see knockouts. They say they want to see excitement. Errol Spence gives you that. I mean, he's, like you said, he's knocked out Chris Algieri, a fighter that's never been knocked out before. He just knocked out Leonard Bundu. I mean, we all know what it is. We all know what it is. Like, there's no mystery behind it. You know, the same reason, and it's the same reason why motherfuckers was making fun of his haircut.
Yeah, exactly.
You know,
I mean, are you
rather than critiquing his body of work or breaking down what they just seen, they talk about his haircut.
I mean, his haircut was shitty as fuck. It was ugly as fuck. But who cares?
I mean, but you know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man. That's the equivalent of me watching a Golovkin fight, and after the fight, I'll talk about his mole on his face or some shit like that.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
He just thoroughly dominated a B. I won't say B level. I don't think Bundu's B level.
Yeah.
But he thoroughly dominated a pretty game fighter. Yeah. And at the end of the fight, we say, man, look at this nigga mustache, B.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, come on, man.
Come on, people. Really?
Like, even if you don't give Errol Spence the same kind of praise that we give Gennady Golovkin, okay? That's fine. Even if you don't give him the same praise, because Gennady Golovkin's ranked number 3 on the pound for pound list. I don't think he should be there, but he's there. A lot of motherfuckers do not want to fight Golovkin. You cannot sit there and say, well, who is he beating? But then not recognize that the faggot ass niggas like Daniel Eugene Rutherford Jacobs, you know what I'm saying? doesn't want to fight him. He
Yeah.
wants to get paid $10 trillion to get in the ring with him.
Word.
But then talk about how, you know, Canelo didn't want to fight him. Fuck out of here, bro. Canelo don't want to fight him. You know, Billy Ho Sanders is right now. He's in the UK right now making a fucking peanut butter and jelly sandwich, sitting on the couch watching Tom and Jerry and shit. That's what the fuck he's doing instead of fighting the fights he needs to fight. Okay, we understand that. Oh, the same thing is happening to Errol Spence.
Yeah.
I can't remember the dude's name. You two, help me out. He was supposed to be in an interim belt title eliminator for Brooke. Yeah, I can't remember the cat's name.
Yeah.
They say, yeah, hey, bro, come over here. Dude was like, what's going on, man? What's up? Hey, bro, you ready for that title shot? He like, yeah, coach, I've been ready. Nobody want to see me, B. This is 2K the God translated, by the way. Nobody want to see me, B. Who? Him? I fucked that nigga up, B. Nobody want to see me. Hey, that's cool, B. That's cool, man. Yo, we're going to put you in a fight with Errol Spence for the IBF title eliminator. Take that win, B. You get Kell Brook. Wait. You said who? Hey, yo, Errol Spence, B. Hey, man, I think you can win that fight. Talking about the guy that just beat the guy, Chris Algieri? Yeah, man.
That dude.
You don't worry about that, bro. You got a good chance. Hey, bro, nigga, fuck this boxing shit, man. Yo, man, nigga, I'm about to go play basketball, man. Fuck this shit, man. I don't want to box. Where is the nigga at?
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
You got a guy ducking out of title eliminators, B.
Yeah.
These fighters spend their career. Some of them spend a lifetime wanting to get that title shot. And they asked this man to be in a title eliminator to get your lifetime dream. And he said no, because it was Errol Spence. Kell Brook was fighting mandatories like a motherfucker. Jojo Dan. All these motherfucking mandatories. But when Errol Spence got that position, it was like, nope. I think I'm gonna go fight Triple G. For some money. I really believe Kell Brook vacates the fuck out of this title, and I said this right after the fight. B, I said Kell Brook's gonna vacate. There's no way after he just beat the shit out of this guy like this, Kell Brook fights Errol Spence. I said this way before anybody made videos on this, B. You know what I'm saying? I said Kell Brook won't fight Errol Spence right after Errol Spence beat Chris Algieri. I said he won't fight. You know what I'm saying? This dude is being ducked and dodged by the entire 147 division, just like Gennady Golovkin is being ducked and dodged by the entire 160 division. Keith Thurman is like a couple fights back. I think after the Leonard Bundu fight or right before that, he was like, yeah, you know, Errol Spence, you know, he got to fight somebody.
Exactly.
He got to fight. That. Yeah, he got to fight somebody. You know, I called out Mayweather. This motherfucker actually gave Mayweather credit for not paying attention to his call out so that he could give himself credit for not paying attention to Errol Spence's call out.
Wow.
Are you fucking kidding me? Right before that, he was like, yeah, Mayweather don't want me. He ignored me and shit. That's some bullshit. Give fighters a chance. But when he has to reciprocate that in the scenario of Errol Spence, it was, well, Mayweather did the right thing because now I got to do it to Errol Spence. Get the fuck out of here, nigga. You don't want to fight him. Ducking and dodging and hoping and praying that you don't get in the ring with this motherfucker, man. I'm done, man. I should have worn my goddamn bib. Because this was kind of like an eating segment, dog. You know what I'm saying? You got anything to add, B?
That's pretty much it, man. I just want to see this cat go as far as he can.
As far as he can, B. And he needs to be giving them opportunities, man. He's done with these C+ B level fighters. Even though he fought one B level fighter and Chris Algieri, there's no need for him to fight another one. We don't need to see him run through Robert Guerrero. We don't need to see him run through Amir Khan, possibly Adrian Broner. Lamont Peterson's another guy that turned down the fight. I don't want to see that shit anyway. Lamont Peterson's style, he gets fucking knocked out Probably the same way he got knocked out against Lucas Matisse.
Yep.
I don't want to see that shit. Man, stop ducking, man. Fucking bullshit. YouTube, do what you do in the comment section. Let us know what you think about Errol Spence. Let the hate come in. Go ahead and talk about his haircut. Go ahead and talk about how, for some reason, he should not get the same praise as a Triple G when both fighters are laying down everybody who comes their fucking way.
Yep.
Go ahead and give us your bullshit ass assessment. Do what you do in the comment section and be real. This is real talk for real fans. 1.